Hey guys, so today I wanted to make a video to show you how to change the loudspeaker in the iPhone 5C. So first of all, before we get started, I just wanted to go over a few things that we're going to be needing today. And let's start with this. It's a plastic pry tool and a tweezers. You won't necessarily need all this stuff, but I just wanted to show you what I'm going to be using. We're going to be using these two screwdrivers. Now you will need these. This is a Phillips size 000 and it's a Torx size 0. So you're going to be needing those to doing any of these procedures on the iPhone. And we're also going to be using this suction cup tool here, and I'll explain in a bit what this is for. And I'll include links in the video description where I got these parts to fix the phone, where I got these tools to work on the phones, anything that I think might be helpful to you. I'll include links in the video description, so check them out there. So next what we're going to want to do is you're going to want to grab the phone, and you're going to want to use this Torx size 0, and you're going to want to remove these two screws right here on the bottom. I already got them removed, but I just wanted to show you they're located right there, so go ahead and remove those. So next what we're going to do is we're going to grab the phone, and we're going to grab this tool right here, and I'll explain in a bit how we use this, but basically you're going to just slide this in here, and you're going to go just above the home button, and right there just so you clear the home button, and you want to press down. Now if you have a broken screen where it's cracked right here so you can't get good suction, what you can do is put some clear plastic packaging tape over this, and then it'll give this suction cup something to grab onto. Now what most people recommend and what they use is just these little suction cup tools, which you can use these, but it's so much easier in a way. These things aren't very much, they're like $8 I think for a tool like this, and it makes it so much easier because what you can do is just pry this apart like that, just like that. And sometimes there's like lint and stuff. If you have it in your pocket, your phone can have lint and stuff build up in these cracks here. Sometimes they come apart really hard with this, because what you want to do, if you do pry up with one of these, just be careful that you don't pry in here with something sharp and damage your frame on your phone here. That's the biggest concern. So if you can get it up just a little bit, then you can usually pry something under one of these little slots right here and finish it off that way. But that's my main concern and caution for you guys, is if you don't have a tool like this and you use the other suction cup tool, you're probably gonna, one way or the other, you're gonna need something suction cup. But so let's go ahead and continue on with the screen. So now that we've taken the suction cup tool off of the screen here, what we can do is just set the screen down and just carefully lift up, as you can see, like this, and then go ahead and remove with the Phillips screwdriver. This is the Phillips size 000 like I was showing you, and you're going to want to go ahead and remove 4 screws here from this plate right there, and go ahead and remove that shield, and just make sure that you put the screws in the right order when you take them off. That way you know how they go back together, because they're all different sizes, some of them, so you want to make sure you do that. And now I'm using a plastic pry tool. You can use your fingernails if you want, whatever you can get in there with. I recommend sticking with plastic just so you don't damage anything. If you use a metal, you can use something metal, but just be really careful if you do. And just go ahead and remove this connector right here. Remove this connector right here. And then this one over here. So those 3 connectors come apart, and then the screen comes off just like that. To change the loudspeaker, what you're going to want to do is take a Phillips screwdriver, and you're going to want to remove this screw right here, this screw down in here, and then this screw over in here. So next what you will want to do is very carefully use something and pry up on this little flex cable right here that has these connectors on it. Just go ahead and pry that up. It just has adhesive under it, and get it up out of your way. Then what you can do is use something and carefully pry up on this loudspeaker right here. And what you can do is when you get to a certain point, you have to watch this corner up in here. Here, I can use something like this to point with. This corner right up in here, there's an antenna wire that runs right under there. So what you want to do is you want to carefully pry up and kind of tip it like as far as you can, and then pull it ahead like this, and then it comes out just like that. Now if you do have a problem with this, if this antenna wire acts like it wants to catch or something, what you can do is you can remove this shield by removing these 2 screws right here, just pulling that shield off, and then you can see better what's going on with that wire. But I found it unnecessary to do that in my case, so hopefully it will be the same for you. I just wanted to point that out. So next what you can do is, if your new speaker doesn't come with this little wire flex cable right here on the top, you can just peel it off. It just has adhesive under it. Peel it off and put it on top of your new speaker. So once you have that all set, grab your new speaker, set it down, keep it tipped up like this, and same thing, try to get it in there underneath that antenna wire, and then you should be able just to push down. It should sit down really nicely. Then go ahead and stick this down just on top, but you can see there's two pegs there where the wire lines up. Just go ahead and press it down because it has adhesive under it. And then what you can do is go ahead and put your 3 screws back in. So to reassemble, just grab your screen, and if you get down here close, just go ahead and start with this connector right here and just put that right down in place. You can hear, so you can kind of feel it click in. That one's a little bit tricky, but then just go ahead and do this next one. That one's a little easier to hear. Then you want to do the last one. Now just make sure they feel like they're all seated properly. And then you're going to want to grab your shield and set it down on there. And go ahead and put your 4 screws back in the right order. So once you have all your screws in your shield there, you can go ahead and just set this down carefully. Then what we're going to want to do is, as we tip up a little bit like this, we're going to want to get this top in first. And then we're going to just want to carefully set the phone down and just press down and work our way down around. Make sure it's down flush all the way around. And then go ahead and put your 2 screws back in the bottom. And then you're all set. Thanks for watching.